Well, happy day to you. Today, I just want to go over some questions that I just read that were pretty impactful, and we're going to just kind of go over them one by one. But first, I wanted to read. You can see it there. Um, you can see all the information. Let me read this real quick, and we'll go from there. So, recently, recently I did some coaching. This is Tony Robson with the CEO of a global organization. We started out with typical work-related issues, point, uh, but at one point, the discussion took a turn towards home. The CEO expressed concerns about his eldest daughter, who was just turning 13. For all of those years, he had cherished um, his close relationship with his daughter. But as the teenhood transition became real, which is a real thing, I mean, it's crazy, he felt her pulling away. He decided to do some question burst about his concerns. And here are some of those questions he generated um, in 4 minutes. And these are good questions. And I think this is an awesome thing. We're just going to kind of go over these. Look at that first one. Do I listen enough or tend to solve too much? Oh my goodness. When my girls were teenagers, I solved too much. I feared too much. I solved too much. I tried to take care of their problems too much. That's a good question to ask. I mean, this is stuff that you can ask yourself, and it'll help you. Look at number two. Do I push too hard? Ooh, I don't know about you, but that's one for my daughters. I push too hard. I was raised with all brothers, and we had a different way in my house. It was a little crazy. It was all dudes, and it was really hard. There was a lot of my dad pushed us, but so I wish I would have had these questions, and I'm giving this to you, so you can ask yourself these if you have a daughter, and even if you have a son. These are questions to ask. What is she the best at? Oh man, I have two daughters, and they're exactly the opposite. One was an outgoing athlete, one was a very smart introvert. Both of them are doing great right now, by the way. But if I would have asked that question, I could have praised some things about one or the other in different ways than I should have. What are they the best at? Do I recognize them or that enough? What they're best at. Um, how is she better than you? Oh, if I would have told my daughter some of those things, hey, you're better than me at this, because I tried to help too much, didn't show enough of my own struggle. I think I just tried to push through. I was afraid if they saw too much struggle, I don't know what I would just it. It's a little crazy, but um, crazy. Let's look at that number seven. Uh, do or what do her eyes say when she expresses concern? I think when sometimes my daughters brought concern to me, um, I was just my fear of what might happen to them in the future, what's possible, all those kind of things would fill in, and then I would be the number one here in solving too much and not listening. What do her eyes say when she expresses concern? Man, mm. Okay, let's go to eight. How can you slow down to see what you are missing? Oh man, I wish I'd done that. So if you have a daughter right now that's in your home, that's a teenager, these questions are for you, okay? All these questions are for you. You know, how can you slow down and see what you're missing? You got to ask yourself these questions. These are very good questions. Let's look at nine. What does your schedule say matters most to you? Those are questions you have to ask yourself. No one can do this for you. It's something that you have to do. Look at 10. What are you or not what are you, what are her greatest worries? Do you know that? As a dad, um, and these girls are struggling in life, do you know her greatest worries? Do you have any idea? That'd be a good question to ask yourself. How well do you know who she is? Oh, man, I wish I would have had these questions. I mean, this is something you can ask yourself on a quarterly, monthly basis, because things change as they go through life, as they go through teenagers. Sometimes friends change, boyfriends change, life changes, school changes, sports change, starting, not starting, sometimes injuries. There's a lot of things that go into this. I wish I would have had these questions. Number 12, who would she be if her last name wasn't yours? Those are some tough questions. What is uniquely independent about her? What makes her different? What is unique about her? You can share those things with them. When do her eyes sparkle? That's a question that you need to ask yourself all the time. What makes her happy? What makes her excited? What that just gets you into a relationship, a deeper relationship with her. So when she does struggle, you can have that relationship built on things that built on a relationship. These are ways to have a relationship. What are her greatest areas of independence from me? And number 16, what has she learned lately from her own experiences? So I would, if I was you, and I would ask myself these questions. I would write them down. I would think about them. I would spend some time somewhere in the quiet, go through these questions and ask myself them and be honest about them and think deeply about it. If you put the time in, it's going to be worth it. So I hope you do that. I hope you put that time in and ask these questions. And I'd be very interested to see if anyone does that, that you can comment down below. What happened? What are some things that you found? What are some things that helped a relationship? What are some things that hurt? What are some things that really broke you down when you went over those questions? So I hope that helps. I know it would have helped me if I would have had them. My daughters are 22 and 20. The 20-year-old's married. The 22-year-old bought her own house at 21. They're doing well, but there's so much relationship I think I missed. And I think these questions would have helped. So ponder them. And next time, we'll have something else that helps you wherever you're at in life. This is the Life Help Coach, and that's what we're doing, trying to help you in life.